So what is up, guys and girls? So much has happened in such a little bit of time. Look at me, I have gloves and a jacket. I told you, these riding days are numbered. So let me start this one off by saying thank you. Thank you, all of you, for all the love and support that I've been receiving. I cannot believe where this channel has reached. Other parts of the world are reaching out in the comment section below. That to me is freaking amazing. When this journey for me started out, I was that guy sitting at home watching YouTube videos and living through other people's experiences. So it is so awesome to be on the other side and to give back to the community the way they gave back to me. So with that being said, why don't you guys at home put on your gloves and grab on to my handlebars, because we're going for a ride. Where are we headed today? Jersey City. We're gonna visit the team at Powerful Lithium because I got more questions for them. Okay, so we are almost over the Bayonne Bridge. Powerful Lithium is just a hop, skip, and a jump. Well, with this new 72 volt 50 amp hour battery, that is hop, skip, and a jump. With the older 23 amp battery, I definitely need a charge up when I got there, or bring the extra battery with me for the ride. What kind of questions could I have for V? Since receiving this monster, I was told that it can get a range of about 120 miles. So of course, I need to go out and try it for myself. And I did. Unfortunately, I have about 6 hours of footage, and all you can see is the display, a little bit of each handlebar, and the battery cover. So my entire voyage, although it was recorded, I can't share it with you. So what I will try and do today is include some of the audio from it, so you can get an understanding of where I went and where I ended up at the end, which unfortunately wasn't in a good place. Now let me explain. The only reason why I'm saying I wasn't in a good place is because I wanted to push this bad boy to the limit. I wanted it to shut off on me. Now, as I began to reach below 70 volts, it dawns on me, this bike is gonna shut off. If it shuts off at the 60 volt cutoff, I could power it back up and continue, but I need my key fob to disarm the alarm. And what happens? I left it home. So that's why I say I wasn't in a good place. Yo, I thought it was closed. Oh, come in. They got you working? What are you doing, huh? Some magic? Working on some magic? So I am here with V from Powerful Lithiums.
Hi guys.
I recently went out and I did a range test on the 72 volt 50 amp hour battery. I wanted to prove that this thing can get 120 miles. So what is up, guys and girls? Back at it with a range test today. This is probably gonna be a long one, because to my understanding we are looking at about 120 mile range. And I really want to ride this thing until it dies. Unfortunately, I forgot my key fob, and when I reached around 64 volts, I got nervous. Why? Because on an ONYX, the cutoff point is 60 volts, and I was afraid that if it did cut off, I would not be able to start it back up because I didn't have the key fob. Let me give you a little insight about how this test is going to take place. We will be looking at speeds ranging from 25 miles an hour and up. In the sport mode, my frame is about 5 feet 8 inches tall, and when I'm wet, you're looking at about 185 pounds. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, about 185 pounds, but I got a backpack on that's holding some batteries, the charger for this bad boy, just in case, and maybe that adds about 5 pounds to me. So you will be looking at a rider of about 190 pounds. We are going to ride this bad boy probably from Staten Island into New Jersey. From New Jersey, we're probably gonna hit the Bronx, and depending on the voltage when I reach the Bronx, that'll determine where I go from there. So that's the plan for right now. It's gonna be a long video. I don't want to bore you, but I am recording it on the Relive app or Relive app to document the mileage. So tune in. I'm starved. I didn't eat breakfast. Somewhere along the lines I have to get something to eat. And if I see anything interesting along the way, I'll definitely stop and share it with you.
It has an alarm. Without disarming the alarm, the bike is pretty much useless. I can't move. So rather than be stuck somewhere in a neighborhood that I wasn't familiar with, I figured let me call this, and then I reached out to V. And I said, V, can you come and save me? But V couldn't come and save me. He was too busy.
You always have your wife. Thanks God.
That is true, yeah. So wifey came and she saved the day. But there's no footage of that. You just have to take my word for it. My wife is good. She looked out for me. But anyway, I reached out to V and I said, hey, V, this is where I'm at. This is what I got. And I sent them a small video that I'll probably include somewhere around here so you guys could check out. You'll see the length and the distance that I covered. But one thing that I found impressive, and I wasn't even thinking about it, was the elevation. So between being at 64 volts, reaching 74 miles, and the elevation is above 2,000 feet. 2,100 feet? So with that information, you told me something that I was very impressed with. So if you don't mind, just explain to them.
Yeah, because it's good. You got good range, 74 miles, as I know, as I remember, and you got elevation over 2,000 feet. That is good, impressive. Because you use your bike in sport mode.
In sport mode, yes.
Uphill.
A lot of hills.
A lot of hills. Yeah. So you started from Staten Island. You came to Jersey, to Jersey City, and then from Jersey City you go on the George Washington Bridge, Bronx. You spend some times there. You make some miles there. Yes. You come back. Yes. It's a lot of elevation. A lot of hills, and that's good. I'm really happy, really satisfied what you got on the end. 74 miles range with 65 volt. You should be able to make another with all this elevation. If you swap on eco mode, I believe you will be able to make between 10, 15 and 20 miles more. Yeah, but 10 for sure, 15 realistically, and maybe you will hit 20. Okay. Because your cutoff is 55 volt, or a little bit less. By our pack is 52 volt cutoff. But by controller doing a little bit earlier, I think 55, your controller.
Oh, it does do 55.
Yes.
I thought it was 60 volts at the cutoff. That's why I was nervous.
We've traveled about 12.8 miles. This app has been running for about an hour now. Okay, small update. I've traveled about 28 miles. I am in Upper Manhattan and I'm going across Manhattan into the Bronx. Okay, small update. We've traveled about 39.8 miles. I am at 75 volts. She's displaying 64 volts, but this is flashing, and I am dangerously close to her shutting off. But I think I'm gonna call this here, only because I don't have my key fob, and then maybe do some type of calculations to determine exactly what my mileage would have been. Right now we're looking at 73.5 miles. we are down to 64 volts. This battery can drain all the way down to 52 volts.
No, usually people around, they counting that is on 72 volt system when it's fully charged. 84 volt that is empty on 60 volt. Yes, by controller, not by pack, because if we take a look on data sheet of the cells, any legit company who producing cells, they provide data sheet, and in that data sheet says 2.5 volt per cell is empty and 4.2 is fully charged. So if we count now 2.5 volt times 20 groups is 50 volt. But we increase a little bit because we don't want to max down that voltage. Right. So we put usually on 52 volt to BMS to do cutoff.
Okay. And so it would be safe to go down that far?
Of course.
52.
That's by specification of any battery manufacturer.
I thought the sweet spot was 55.
Yes, by controller, because you really don't want to hit always that cutoff on your BMS. That's why you have a controller who's supposed to do cutoff on time.
Okay, so
but battery itself need to do cutoff because of battery safety, battery health, and everything else.
So from here on in the future, when I use my bike, I can use it confidently, even when it reaches the 60 volts.
Yes, but keep in mind voltage sag. You have voltage sag on this pack when it's fully charged, 83, 84 volt. You have voltage sag like 3-4 volt, maybe less, 3 volt when it's fully charged. Okay. When you spend on 50% or less, if you spend more than 50%, that means your voltage sag will be a little bit more. It's not going to be 2-3 volt, it will be 4.5 volt, okay. 5 volt. That's normal. Okay. And then you need to keep that in mind if you use bike on sport mode, especially ONYX in sport mode. That means you're going to have that voltage sag 4-5 volts. So if you hitting already 60 volt, if you hit the throttle, it will drop on 55 and possibility that you're going to get cut off. So that's why I always saying to our customers, when you're reaching 65, 70 volt, it's time to swap from sport mode to normal or eco. If you're willing to reach longer distance, that's most important. If you 15 or 20 miles away from your home and you are on around 65, 68 volt, it's definitely time to calm down, to put on eco mode, that you can safely come back home without additional charge.
The range then, had I continued in sport mode, not switching to eco mode, do you feel confident that I could have at least gotten closer to 100 miles?
If you swap on
staying in sport mode.
Staying in sport mode without this elevation, you should be able. Okay, so but you got huge elevation. I know. I ride sometimes those with those paths where you been, and I know it's a lot of elevation difference. Even from Jersey City to Hoboken, you have that long bridge. It's huge elevation, especially when you need to climb up.
So even if I would have made 90 miles, that would have been impressive, right?
Oh yeah.
Because me, I was impressed as it was.
I know, because you're coming from small pack, from 23 amp hour pack. What is, it's really small pack, really small pack, and you couldn't have this kind of power what you have now. Exactly. With this pack.
That was another thing that I was going to bring up to you. The fact that I can use this bike in sport mode and have the power that I had for as long as I've had it was also very impressive.
Yeah.
Because quickly with the 23 amp hour, you're in sport mode, you're pushing that thing before you know it. Yeah, your battery's almost toast.
I know.
So the fact that I can go so long and so hard with that pack, that in itself was impressive to me. So the newbie, I'm the guy that's new to this, just learning. So
I know.
very impressed. I was very impressed. Yeah.
We have this specs Samsung 50 cells, that's TIA, and we have Hyperion with 42 amp hours, but with moly cells. Very soon we'll do compare test to see what we're getting from Hyperion is 42 amp hours, but it's high discharge rate on the cells, on the pack. So that means you can be able to pull up to 400 amps peak, 180 amps continuous. That's almost double from normal bike, from normal ONYX bike. We have a couple guys already, they have our Hyperion.
Okay.
They will do separate test first, and then we'll make, what I want to do, I want to make sure that it's same tune and weight of riders is very similar, because all those facts is affecting your range.
Right.
If I have to use your bike, I'm not gonna get your range what you got.
Right.
But you're like normal exact premium example, like normal rider 160 180 pounds. That's what all companies doing, tests. Even less.
Right. Put a leg guy on the end, probably on a
It's not same. It's not same like if I sit, I'm almost double you. Right. I have a moly cell pack in my bike. I'm pulling 150 amps DC, so that's like 400 or 500 phase amps, and I have range on 46 amp power. I have range like 40 miles, 45 max.
And that's hard throttle.
Hard throttle. Right. Hard throttle with my weight, and that's impressive. If some of my coworkers use my bike, they have double range.
What?
That's the difference.
Wow, that's a
Huge difference. That's why, it's always up how heavy is the rider, and we have to start from there always when we're calculating the range.
So when would a viewer be able to catch up on those tests that you're doing?
I don't know. I have to see with guys. I don't want to push them.
Is it something that they're documenting for you, YouTube for you? Like
Probably.
For your channel?
Probably, yes. Probably.
And
because now we're gonna be a little bit more active on our YouTube channel. We have active YouTube channel couple months already, but we didn't pay attention.
You're busy. You're building so many.
We are so busy. Yes, we are so busy with custom
enclosures.
Yes, so busy. So many bikes now we have to. So many packs we have to publish in public. We have like right now we have already done Huck. We have already done Talaria.
Yeah, get that out there. I didn't even know you were touching Hucks.
Yes.
Hucks? You're
yes.
doing Hucks now?
Yeah. We're doing that.
And the Talaria, that's right.
Talaria, yes.
You had somebody with a Talaria come in so that you can
yes.
measure.
We did that. We did already. We have already Huck pack on test in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have actually big pack, I think 65 amp hour pack.
For the Huck?
For the Huck.
Oh my God.
Yes. Also, plan is Monday bikes. That's just a plan. We'll see when, very soon. Also, we have Aerial Rider, X-Class, Grizzly. We have all those packs done already. So many riders using our packs already. Yes.
Editing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all
Do you
good.
want me to rewind it? To see where you
Yeah,
were?
no.
All right. So I remember you saying Hucks. You have people testing Hucks out in California.
Yes. Also, Grizzly,
Grizzlies.
X-Class.
Okay.
We have so many packs already around, people using
I know.
already.
One of my friends. I learned he was
GB360.
he was
We just
in the
finishing
works.
his pack.
That's awesome.
Big one.
Yeah.
We're just finishing his big pack.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of the guys we're bringing along for this. Just so you guys know, what we're actually doing is we're gonna get a couple guys together that have big, powerful, beefy battery packs. The majority of them are gonna be Powerful Lithiums, but there might be like one or two chais in the mix, and we're gonna set out for a range test and we're gonna just watch them and see who drops like a fly first.
Power Lithium is gonna win.
So stay tuned for that video. That should be coming up soon, hopefully within the next week or so. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Yeah, we have a new pack for ZX.
Oh, that's right.
72 volt. We did couple ZX upgrade on 72 volt. We actually did convert. We converted ZX into a 72 volt. Now those ZX hitting like 55 miles plus.
Wow. When they do something like that, the ZX I know is rated for 23, right? 23 miles per hour. 24?
30.
Oh, it does.
ZX is pretty close to RX. Just
really?
doesn't have suspensions.
Suspension. So that's the only difference.
Yes.
Okay.
And the controller is a little bit smaller, but same voltage, same speed, only maybe less torque.
Okay. When they do that big of an upgrade, 72 volts system to a ZX, do you find that they're changing the brake calipers?
They have to.
They have to.
They have
That's
to.
it. So it's mandatory.
Look,
You suggest it.
I suggest, and I always tell to guys, try it, and you will know. Do you need that? If you like your life, if you know, not just that, you know, is it enough brake power or not for your bike when you ride? Okay. For any bike, you can feel that. If you're using, of course, if you're new in that story, okay, maybe you can't realize. But soon as you're using your bike, you know your bike, you learn about your bike, so you can see, do you need more power in brakes or not?
Okay, so that's just something that you would suggest.
Exactly, because on ZX, you know, that bike is without suspensions, and you know, it's giving you feeling like a little bit scare because you feel everything, every pothole, everything on this bike. So guys, usually a couple guys, what we did, their upgrades, they like that, but they're not hitting 50 miles an hour. They again are around 30, 35, 40 miles, but they know that they can hit if they need. Right. And most important part, on those 30 miles an hour, they are in couple seconds. Instead of before waiting to reach that. Now they're quick. Yeah. They reach that speed in couple seconds.
Well, one of the things that I thought when Super 73 was going on CES and they were going to introduce new bikes, I thought they were going to introduce like a more beefed up RX or more beefed up ZX.
For companies like Super 73, they need to follow law. So they need to stay in class 2 and with speeds, with pedal assist, with everything. So even if they want, so they can't sell that much fast bikes like regular bikes. They can, but you need to pay insurance and you need to register that, and you need to get a license for that kind of bike, that kind of speed.
So then they're not leaning towards that.
Exactly. Maybe in the future they will do something like that, like Huck bike. That bike is already, I feel that they're going to switch in something like electrical motorcycle officially. You know,
because it's already a beefed up.
Exactly, it's fast bike. Yes, right. It's fast bike, and also I've been in touch on the last expo with the owner of Huck, and then we talk, and their plan, what they have with that bike, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna hook up that bike with ASI controller.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. It's big thing.
Well, I didn't know that, so we learned something.
No, I'm trying to be in this market much as I can, especially, what we're doing in our company, we're doing almost 95% with moly cells. That mean high discharge packs. Right. 5% is like range extenders for Super 73 stock, Zuga stock, what else? Couple other brands on the market. So those packs, they don't need high discharge packs. Mm-hmm. But cost-wise, it's very similar to us to make pack, high discharge or something else. Only it's easier maybe we like we consuming a lot of moly cells, and sometimes on the market it's hard to get them because so many other companies they're using them, and you know sometimes it's easier to get low discharge rate cells than high discharge rate. That's the reason why we're using only for Super 73s, for stock bikes 48 volt or 52 volt, nothing special, too fast. Otherwise, anything else, whatever is upgraded, we're trying to use on moly cells. Even only we offering with Surons, with stock Suron we have, I think it's named Aura. On our pack, it's 60 volt, 50 amp hours. It fits exactly in stock compartment of Suron. You don't need to do any modification with that. Just open the lid, slide in, put back, that's it.
And that gives them a little bit more power and range?
Of course, because stock Suron is 32 amp hours. This one is, and 32 amp hours and around 80-90 amps discharge rate. On our pack with 60 volt, 50 amp hours, we provide so 50 amp hours instead of 32 amp hours for the stock, and also discharge rate is 100 amps continuous and 100 something, 180, 90 is peak. So it's completely different. So that giving options to guys that if they wanna do upgrade on their controller to go a little bit faster, they can do that. They just need to swap the controller after our pack, because they can still use. So many people they trying to do bypassing on stock batteries. Stock battery is 11P. That means 11 cells in parallel, each cell giving 8 to 10 amps. So max discharge rate is 110 amps max. You know, and you're not getting anything like customer if you do that. So I always suggest sell that pack and then get a right proper pack. Moly cell or Samsung 50E cells for 60 volt systems. It's way better because they can get back money. I always looking side of customer, you know, because if they buy pack from us, what they gonna do with their old pack? It's best way sell it when it's time. Don't damage that pack. It's not worth it. Especially now, yeah, the people doing on Suron packs, they're doing bypassing on stock packs that they can get a little bit more amps. But now ASI coming out with notice that they not approve anymore any bypass pack, because if something happen with controller, no matter what's happened, I mean, if it's bricked or whatever, they wanna have their customers on safe side still, because if any controller being bricked, that controller very serious can be in short circuit. That can affect the battery. That means short circuit on the battery. If you have a bypassed battery and you have short circuit on controller, that's instantly fire. Big problem, big problem.
And that I'd rather leave that where we're going with that conversation for your video, because I know you're gonna talk about safety in your video.
Yeah.
But that's a big.
That's just like a small note to people: keep your packs through BMS.
Sell your existing battery if you're even considering upgrading to a higher discharged or
Exactly.
amperaged. That's the way to go.
Exactly. Because so many right now they have X160 Segway. It's on 48 volt, and then they can keep same controller. They can just swap the battery. They can put 60 volt stock again from X260 or from Suron. 60 volt, that's already good upgrade for them. They're getting like 10-15 miles more speed and a little bit bigger pack, more range. So any good has buyer. So let's do on that way. It's better than ruin the stock pack, and then later on will have way more costs than in beginning.
Right. Is there anything that you have planned?
Oh yeah, in a couple days we're gonna have officially our race pack for Surons.
Okay.
That race pack will be paired with a KO motor and KO controller. So that pack will allow up to 400 amps peak. It's 72 volt, 38 amp hours, and through BMS 400 amps peak discharge rate, and continuous is 180 amps. That's pretty good power.
Very impressive.
Yes, it's pretty good. That's what we're gonna have in next couple days. Also, our CTY2 pack Athena. So many customers already have that pack. They're really satisfied. 39 amp hours instead of 23 amp hours. Stock pack had 60 amps discharge rate and 23 amp hour capacity. Our pack has 39 amp hours and 110 amps discharge rate. So with our pack, people can a little bit increase torque and speed on their controllers. That's good upgrade. That's good upgrade. People love it.
Do you, because you said you have a special thing coming out for the KO motor, do you have all the pricing on your website?
We'll have.
Right away?
Yes, we'll have. It's not published yet. We're working on that, but very soon, in a couple days, we'll have that officially on website. And we'll have cables for our range extenders. So we'll have officially published those cables to run range extender with stock pack on Suron, or 72 volt with upgraded Suron pack with our range extenders. This is one of our range extenders. This is 60 volt, 21 amp hour with moly cells, 300 amps discharge rate for Surons.
For Suron.
Or whatever else.
Okay.
It's not.
It's a range extender.
A range
battery.
extender with 60 volt
anything.
for anything. Just match the voltage and.
And that's something that I thought was equally impressive, that you could just use this cable and put the two of your batteries together in parallel and not have to worry.
Absolutely, right? They will act like one big pack.
That's very important.
Very important, because any of our packs going through BMS. Only what we need to do first time when we pairing those two packs, we need to charge up separately, fully full, each pack, and then we can connect them and use. Okay, so after that, discharge, charge, discharge. You don't need to unplug anything. Keep them always together. That's it.
Okay, so that's the only thing that they have to worry.
Yes, just in beginning, full first time. Yes, because voltage need to be matched first time, and then when we put them together, that means 300 amps discharge rate from this one peak, and whatever else has in other pack, in the main pack, discharge rate, so they actually pushing together. So it's not anymore 300 and 300, it's 600 peak and 200 something continuous.
Very, very impressive. I'm very impressed with what you guys got, what you're doing and what you guys have going. Long term. That's my ringtone.
Long term, we'll see, because so many people asking us about range extenders for ONYX bikes. So we'll work something about that, because this pack is easy to put on the backs, on the rack. Yes, or on the saddlebags on the sides. We have a couple guys in Jersey Shore. They making their own bags on the side, like saddlebags on the back side of the bike, and they wanna put two of these on the back.
This is pretty heavy. Damn, I didn't think it was that heavy. Woo! I can only imagine this bad boy over here.
This bad boy is actually RX in frame battery for custom e-bike enclosures, aluminum enclosures.
Aluminum enclosures?
Yes. Or we have bags.
Okay.
We offering bags with our packs. But this is for those guys. This is high powered, 300 or 400 amps. They can pick what they want to have. discharge rate, and capacity is on 72 volt, 51 amp hour.
I want to pick up this one.
That's huge.
Holy shit, V! The other day I was here, you were holding this and talking to me for a good 8 to 10 minutes. I don't know how you did it, talking to me with this big, heavy thing in your hands for so long. Dude, you must have some
So this pack,
huge guns.
this pack is excellent for this type of enclosure.
What is that?
This is, I think, company name Custom E-Bike. They're selling those enclosures
Oh, so this fits perfectly in there?
for this. They also, that company also selling the batteries, but it's not high discharge rate like this one. So we offering something.
That's good. So you're offering something that the customer can put in something that's already existing.
Yes, exactly. We have a couple of customers. They had some other packs in enclosures like this, and then they realize their BMS tripping, they can't get that power, and then we made this guy to support that kind of power.
How much does this weigh?
Probably like 35, 40 pounds.
Really? Wow, that sucker was heavy.
Yeah, but what's the difference?
No, I know once it's in there. No,
because
for me to pick up,
exactly.
I was like, wow.
No, we have sometimes customers asking us, "Oh, is that gonna be too heavy for my bike?" And I said, I just give straight question, "What's your weight?" And they said 150, 160. Okay, what's gonna be difference if you sitting on your bike with 150, 60 pounds or someone with 200 pounds? Same thing.
Still gonna run.
That's it. So, okay, I getting. If it's someone heavy, 400 pounds, okay, this is big to add on that bike. But for normal users, 150, 60, 70 pound, that's okay, nothing special. And also they can always pull this pack from our bags. From this enclosure, they need to open this enclosure that they can remove. But with our bags, it's easy. Just slide out, slide in. Because sometimes customers, they have racks on the wall and they can't lift bike, it's too heavy. So, okay, that's normal. Just pull it out and that's it. Unplug. This is a QS8 connector for high discharge rate, XT60 for charging port.
Looks great. So I hope this episode helps you guys out, gives you a little better understanding of what these guys are doing, what they're putting out there, and how much better they're making our lives by putting us on the road and us riding around anxiety free. That's huge in its own. V, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I look forward to tomorrow and all the new products and bikes that you're working on. I hope that the Hot Wheels bike is done really soon because
we're just waiting that special motor for that bike. As soon as we got that, we're gonna have everything done.
That's great. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that George lets me come because I want to be here for that reveal. So George, if you're watching, DM me, let me know what's up, what's going on, and I'm gonna be there. All right. Thanks again. I appreciate your time. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.